Stephen Kingston. Name I wouldn't be quick to forget. When I took this case, I knew it was full of danger, but this was a completely different level. Somehow, with all her power, this guy, he managed to get a drop on Mariah, my daughter. If I hadn't made the kid mad, if I had just trusted her, instead of thinking that I knew better, maybe she'd still be safe. That poor kid. For the first time, I saw her give me a look of pure terror, of a helplessness I didn't even know she had. Mariah, just stay calm, baby. I'm coming back for you. We left Stephen and his Queen's Guard in silence. I knew it needed to be done. I had to play this clown's game, otherwise he was going to kill my daughter. It's not an easy decision to make in the slightest, though. After all, this guy seemed to be talking about death and destruction on a global scale. I know Andrea wouldn't want me to part with this book to a madman, but I think given the circumstances, she'd want me to do everything I could to protect her daughter. Damn it. Think, Murphy. You're smarter than this. Show your daughter that you're still worth a damn. I look over at Marie, and a part of me wondered if she had anything to do with this. If she was playing some game in order to force me to do whatever she wanted. After all, it was mighty convenient that she knows all about this stuff and yet seems like a regular old human like me or Stephen. Just who was she? Really? I had to know. I had to know if this woman next to me was trying to play me or not.
Hey!
Stephen Kingston. Friend of yours?
What?
I need to know if you're working for him. If this was all just one big plot to get me to play this game.
Charlie, I'm just as shocked as you are. How could I have known that they were waiting for us?
Well, you seemed pretty confident leading us toward a dead end. You're hiding something from me, Marie.
Charlie, you're upset. I understand that. But right now, you need to think about what's best for your daughter.
What's best for my daughter is knowing what game is being played here. You say you want to use the book to help your family, but you won't tell me why. You haven't told me if you've got some connection to this world of shadows people keep talking about, and yet you know an awful lot about sensing magic in this book.
Charlie.
Please, Marie. They have my daughter, and I'm not sure who I can trust right now. I want to trust you. But you've got to give me some sort of reassurance. You're asking me to just blindly follow you after that and act like nothing here is weird.
All right. You're right. You're all alone in this, and if I don't have your trust, then I'm going to be stuck like this for some time as well. I told you before that my name is Marie Rambeau. That's true. And that I need to find the book for my family, and that is, for the most part, true. Charlie, I was born in 1857. And In the year 1880, my family was cursed by a witch who was scorned by my brother, Jacob Rambeau. The curse not only killed my brother and his party, yes, but it kept them in some sort of time loop. And now they're all doomed to live the same night of the party for years until a mortal sacrifices their life and breaks the loop.
And what does that make you? What are you, Marie?
Neither living nor dead. I'm trapped between the world of the living and the dead. I wasn't at my brother's party, and yet somehow I was cursed as well.
That makes no sense. If you weren't at the party, why would you be cursed as well?
I don't know. It may have to do with Jacob and I being siblings. We're the last two Rambeaus. And Jacob wouldn't tell me in great detail what he did, but whatever it was, he was ashamed. And that shame would appear to affect not just Jacob, but everyone close to him. I tried for years to figure out why this happened to me, but there was nothing, and no one had ever heard of such a thing like this. So I've walked the streets of New Orleans trying my best to make the most of my life, and it hasn't been easy.
This is all hard to believe.
That's why I didn't tell you.
Yeah, but we...
Wait, what?
We,
Oh. Yeah. Well, I still have a physical body. I still eat and drink, and I can feel the physical effects of everything. But I do not age, and I cannot die. And that's why I need the Book of Spells. A couple of years ago, I got my first lead. I learned that if I were to find this book, then maybe I could use it, and...
So you want the book to bring yourself back to life?
I want the book so I can finally die.
What? You're joking.
I'm not. Do you have any idea what it's like to see generation after generation waste away before your eyes? Friends, neighbors, lovers. To live through multiple wars and conflicts. To figure out a way to remain in this city without drawing attention to the fact that I'm an immortal. It's exhausting and it's lonesome. And part of you starts to go a bit mad from it.
But your brother's spirit is still at that house.
And it pains him to even look at me. To know what his actions have done to my entire life. He may be dead, but he dies all over again when he sees me. And though I am angry at him, I can't bear to put that on my brother. I haven't gone back to the plantation in over 30 years, and as far as I'm concerned, I am the last Rambeau.
The story Marie was telling me was too fantastic to be a lie. And the more I thought about the short time I spent with her, the more I began to see the truth in what she was saying. This woman, beautiful and exotic, troubled and alone.
You've been the one good thing to happen to me in years, Charlie.
What do you mean?
Your daughter and the people at the bar, they thought I was a prostitute because I've been looking for someone to trust. Someone who could help me do what I've failed to do for several years. Just men, women, anyone who I felt had some sort of connection to the world of shadows and would agree to go up those steps with me. They would go up the stairs, but in the end there was no one. No one that truly understood what was hiding in the dark. No one who would bother staying the next morning. Except for you. You. This drunk who couldn't even tell he was about to get his blood drunk by 2 English vampires.
In my defense, I haven't met vampires yet.
You made me smile, Charlie. Like, really smile. I swear I thought I was alive again.
It's funny. I could say the same thing about you.
Really?
I'm not some revenant looking for peace, but I might as well be. For years, I was wandering from case to case, just looking to give myself some new thrill. Something to make myself feel alive. Wanted. This case, I'm not gonna lie, felt like every other case I had ever gone on. I had a job to find something lost and return it to the proper owner. And when I met you, I knew I was setting myself up for the same old shtick. But there was something about you, Marie. Something that made me pour us another glass of bourbon. Something that made me go up those steps with you last night. Something that made me study the curves of your body while you slept. You made me feel alive. Excited to see a beautiful woman and fall for her instantly.
Oh, Charlie.
She ran into my arms, and now I understood why she was so cold. I held on to her tightly, letting her know I understood where she was coming from. Letting her know that yes, I was scared too and felt overwhelmed by the complexities of this strange world we were both seemingly forced into. Marie didn't want to be a part of this world any more than I did. But here we were, two souls bound by fate to find each other. Was this why I needed to find her? Between us, could we do what the other by themselves could not? For Mariah's sake, I hope to God that was true. I lifted her chin and kissed her. The cool touch of her lips sent chills down my spine, but I didn't mind it. I was hungry for her kiss, and for her to be mine. Marie broke the kiss, though. It was funny to see her catching her breath. Perhaps old habits die hard.
We have to find that book and save your daughter. This can wait.
Yes, we do, and yes, it can. Any other ideas on where it could be?
I don't know where else to look, Charlie. The book almost never goes back to any of its previous hiding positions.
And you're sure about that?
Yes, I would know. I've been looking for it for years.
Yes, but you told me that the book comes back to New Orleans every now and then. You thought it came back to the swamp because of its magical properties, but the book literally runs from magic. Why would it come here where the New Orleans magic is at its highest?
The same reason why Stephen was able to hide. The amount of magic hides it from the world.
True, and I'm sure that's what Stephen thought as well. Thing is, he's just as stumped as we are. He's got no idea where the book could be. But I'd put money on it that he assumed it would be in the swamp too. When it wasn't, he'd decided to enlist me to find it for him.
Then where would it go? If not to the swamp, then where? If it's been hidden this long, I doubt it would be just that easy to find.
Which is why it would need the ultimate hiding spot. A place completely devoid of magic and a beacon to drive away the shadows. A place where I'm sure vampires and beasts wouldn't even dream about approaching.
You figured it out, haven't you?
Of course I did. And all without a drop of bourbon, I might add.
Well, don't keep me in suspense, Detective.
Elementary, my dear Watson. The book is hiding at the St. Louis Cathedral.
A church?
Exactly.
And, why there, exactly?
Well, it's a long shot, but I would assume that nothing shadow-related ever goes into that place. I'm assuming that witches and ghouls don't normally hang out in churches. And with it probably being purified by the Catholic Church...
You wouldn't be able to sense the book's magical energy.
Well, like I said, it's a long shot. Especially with how magical energy is said to be flowing through the city itself, but what better place to hide in a city of magic than a holy place devoid of magic?
Then let's go. We've got to hurry and get your kid back.
Wait, Marie.
What is it?
I want you to know, I'm not going to give Stephen the book.
I know you won't.
You do?
Of course. You're Detective Charles Murphy. If anyone can figure out how to outsmart that guy, it's you.